And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Just a short time ago, the Buccaneers emerging from their tunnel to the roar of this frenzied crowd here in the Sunshine State. And we're in the big ship, and fittingly, everyone here ready to do battle as Tampa Bay gets ready to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss. But no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week. So he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. On first down, Mitchell only able to work it to the 20 after the nice broken tackle. And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. Here's Murray, a quick throw complete. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
They'll run on first down. It's Mitchell, and he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Elijah Mitchell with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. McCann's got it teed up. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
Hands it off out of the gun.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation of winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
On 2nd down, here's Penny. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Wilson. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. And Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 9. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And the Bucs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. 5-3, their record at the halfway point. And you have to imagine that there are folks saying, hey, if we do that again in the second half, we're 10-6 and we're a playoff team.
I do think, though, that they have a couple things working against them. And number one, the schedule, that's going to toughen up a bit because they've got some division games down the stretch, and those are always difficult. Number two, you know they've got to stay healthy. That's the key to getting to the playoffs and winning in the playoffs. But they've got a shot at it. This is a good football team.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
2nd down and 4. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes. And that's... going to be a first down. Well done. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Nifty move. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Murray flips his forward on a jet sweep. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, a nice, consistent gain.
On play action, it's Murray. They'll roll him out right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
On second down now, it's Mitchell trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Play fake. Murray. Rolling to his right. Going for it all. And this one is incomplete.
As a former defender, I can feel their sigh of relief after that one, because when he breaks out of the pocket and you face a mobile quarterback, he causes all kind of problems in your secondary. They were able to force that incompletion.
McCann's kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that, he said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw him on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Right back to Mitchell on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. McCann's got it teed up. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense, as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he's got room. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big play that time on the catch and run.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. And he's going to go down again. And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Wilson. Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 17. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Taking it about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Third quarter starts with a run from Vaughn. Always got some breathing room. The 40, 20, 10, good. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Keyshawn Vaughn, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bucs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead is now 24. McCann's got it teed up. Esker's going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. 2nd and 4. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field. It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes on that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 29. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears? I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault.
Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
On first down, Mitchell. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Mitchell. And some space here. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 84 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Murray flips this forward on a jet sweep. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks run with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a game, hard to argue against calling it.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Well, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. 2nd and 1 from the 2.
Green. On the hole. Out. Check 37.
They'll keep it on the ground. Mitchell, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Elijah Mitchell, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bucs are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Extra point by McCann, up and good, and that will extend this big lead. McCann's got it teed up. Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is down to 24. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. Now a give right side. It's Mitchell. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Murray going to run on the option. And some room to maneuver. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
How about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. They're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On second and very short, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Buccaneers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Mitchell shifts past him at the 45. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's taken down inside the 30. 132 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for Tampa Bay, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Seattle, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Los Angeles Rams. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.